In the warm glow of an oil lamp, 3 generations gather around a polished oak table. The eldest, a grandmother with silver-streaked hair, lifts the first spoonful of steaming soup, a ritual unchanged for centuries. Each dish, from the delicate porcelain bowls to the brass chopstick rests, whispers of reverence. The children watch silently, their eyes wide as they absorb the unspoken lesson. This table is not just for eating, but for honoring those who came before. Chopsticks never stand upright in rice. It resembles funeral rites. Bowls must be lifted, never slurped over. These rules flow through the room like music, taught not with words, but through the grandfather's deliberate movements. A girl of 7 mirrors how he wipes his spoon spotless before laying it down. The clink of ceramic becomes a language, each gesture a brushstroke painting respect onto their souls. A sharp static cuts through the harmony. The new transistor radio blares news of Seoul's modernization. The father adjusts the dial, oblivious to how the announcer's voice drowns out his mother's story about ancestral rituals. A boy fidgets, eyes darting between his untouched kimchi and the radio's glowing dial. The grandmother's tale of Lunar New Year offerings fades into the electric hum. "But I'm not hungry." The words hang like a gong's echo as the youngest slams his chopsticks. The grandmother's story about wartime rationing stutters to silence. Across the table, a teenager scrolls through comic books beneath the linen. The mother opens her mouth, to scold or to sigh, but the moment passes. Somewhere, an unbroken lineage of patience shatters like a dropped dish. 1 bowl, 1 pair of chopsticks. The grandfather eats alone at a table set for 12, chewing mechanically as the clock ticks. Outside, a bicycle bell rings. His daughter's family, too busy for Sunday dinner again. He rearranges the banchan no one will eat, aligning the jars with military precision. The kimchi ferments too long these days, growing sour with waiting. The takeout bags crumple like fallen leaves, hamburger wrappers stamped with English logos, styrofoam cups sweating condensation onto the ancestral table. A girl stabs at fries with metal chopsticks, the dissonance making her grandfather wince. No one notices when the handmade kimchi jars are moved to the basement, replaced by rows of instant ramen packets in the pantry. The photo album sticks when opened, pages stiff with disuse. A pressed azalea from someone's wedding flutters to the floor as a teenager snaps selfies with her dinner. "Who's that?" she asks, pointing at a faded portrait. No one answers. The aunt who could name every ancestor now lies in a nursing home, her stories trapped behind stroke-stilled lips. The pot clangs as the college student drags it across the table, eating directly from the communal pot. His mother gasps, this was how one served the deceased during Jessa ceremonies. But the boy just laughs through a mouthful of instant noodles. Relax, it's just food. The grandmother's jade ring taps nervously against her untouched bowl, counting the seconds until she can escape this parody of a meal. 30 years later, the grandmother's hands tremble as she lights the ancestral candles, one for each departed relative. The empty table mocks her. Only one granddaughter came, her phone buzzing through the memorial prayer. "Halmione," the girl whispers, "teach me the song you sang at meals." The old woman's tears fall onto the last homemade songpyeon, its rice flour dissolving like the world she knew. Visitors shuffle past the velvet ropes, snapping photos of traditional Korean dining circa 1950 to 1970. The mannequins sit frozen mid-meal, their porcelain bowls gleaming under museum lights. A child presses against the glass, asking why the doll's chopsticks hover midair. The docent shrugs, some old superstition about respect. Outside, rain streaks the windows like the tears of forgotten ancestors.